Have you ever promised yourself something and then didn't do it? Maybe you told yourself, I'll start studying tomorrow, or I'll practice that skill later, or I'll wake up early and get things done. But when tomorrow comes, you feel tired, distracted, or simply not in the mood. So the promise slowly disappears. This happens to many people, and at first it might not seem like a big deal. But here's something important that most people don't realize. Every time you break a promise to yourself, your confidence becomes a little weaker. And every time you keep a promise to yourself, your confidence becomes a little stronger. Think about trust for a moment. If a friend promises to help you and they always show up, you start to trust them more and more. But if they keep making promises and never follow through, eventually you stop believing them. The same thing happens with the promises you make to yourself. Your mind is always watching your actions. If you say you will do something and then you do it, your brain learns something powerful. It learns that your words matter. It learns that you can rely on yourself. And that feeling creates confidence. But if you keep telling yourself you will do things and never follow through, your brain starts to doubt you. It stops taking your promises seriously. That's why keeping promises to yourself is so powerful. It builds self-trust. And self-trust is one of the strongest forms of confidence. The good news is that these promises don't need to be huge. In fact, starting small is much better. Maybe you promise to practice for 10 minutes. Maybe you promise to read a few pages of a book. Maybe you promise to exercise for a short time. When you keep those small promises, something begins to change. You start seeing yourself as someone who follows through. Someone who does what they say they will do. Over time, those small promises stack up like building blocks. One promise kept today, another promise kept tomorrow. Slowly, your confidence grows stronger. Not because you suddenly became perfect, but because you proved something to yourself. You proved that you can depend on your own actions. So the next time you make a promise to yourself, treat it like something important. Start small, be realistic, and do your best to follow through. Because the more promises you keep to yourself, the stronger your confidence becomes. And that kind of confidence comes from something very powerful: trusting yourself.